Smith will be the one that he aims for. Comes through to Perry Groves. Tremendous goal there by Arsenal. A lovely flick on in the first place by Alan Smith. And finished off superbly by Perry Groves. Ian St John?
Well, Perry certainly made up for that earlier mistake. That was a cracking goal. And again, as I said, it's a very positive approach by the Arsenal side to this match. They've decided that rather than come and, hold on, they've said, we'll have a go at Everton. And there's a ball fell down, woof, left foot volley, and that gave Neville Southall no chance.
That's Arsenal goal from the different angle on the far side of the ground. Crossed in there by Kenny Sansom. A little flick on by Smith, and Perry Groves unerringly into the corner of the Everton net. Harper battling well and eventually winning it too, finding Peter Reid. Stevens, cross in by him, and it's in there. No, it's just wide. Well, that was touch and go for Arsenal as Heath went diving in there on that one. And you'll see how close it was. Smith versus Watson. Over the heads of both of them. Gary Stevens. No, it falls for Groves again. Well stopped that time by Southall. And Groves couldn't finish it off at the second attempt, but he was in there again. And it needed an exceptional piece of goalkeeping there by Neville Southall to stop him in the first place. Ian St John.
Well, Everton are having trouble just with a long ball played up the middle. And again, it was a flick on. And as you can see here, Perry Groves again on his left foot. Had a good shot. Good block there by Neville Southall, and I'm not sure if it was Martin Hayes who possibly put that one over.
Ball is back 10 yards now that he is. Trevor Stephen, and it cannons off the wall. Harper returns it and skims the crossbar with it. Again. Arsenal hustling and winning the ball, and it's Winterburn with a shot. Oh, superb save by Southall. So a great slice of luck for Arsenal at one end and a superlative piece of goalkeeping by Neville Southall at the other.
And Nigel Winterburn getting on his favourite left foot, Brian, and a big gap opened up for him. When you look at that, right through the middle and bang. What a very good save by Southall.
Well, it's Stevens and he hits the crossbar. Whether Arsenal just for a moment were looking and waiting and wondering if a free kick was to be awarded against them. Certainly Gary Stevens wasn't in any way waiting and wondering.
I actually thought the goalkeeper got a touch on it, Brian. Possibly we can see here.
Let's have a look. Pretty good angle, and
yes, it looked to me as if he just got a fingertip to it.
Well, he got the legs of Poynton. He certainly got some support from Thomas. And behind him from Winterburn. Doesn't need it, though. The cross comes in, and Quinn's right in there. And Southall gets it at the second attempt.
What a delightful ball from David Rocastle, wasn't it? Whipped it into the back post there. He will see it coming in, and Big Niall came in at the back post, and ooh, just almost got the touch.
Pro, 11 minutes remaining. Arsenal leading by a goal to nil in this Littlewoods Cup semi-final first leg. Gary Stevens with a long throw towards Graham Sharp. And a penalty given. That's a very controversial penalty. Tony Adams pushing down on Graham Sharp. And Arsenal, as you can see, are incensed by that decision. But the referee, you can see with that gesture of his, says that Adams... And I must say that does look as though the referee might have been right, you know. Scored twice from the spot this season. He's missed it! What a blow for Everton. And Arsenal, for some reason, were chasing after the referee again. Their fury is unabated that the kick should have been given in the first place, and the silent Everton fans know what a glorious opportunity has been missed, none more so than Trevor Stephen himself.
Well, he's not had the best of games, young Trevor, today.
Roach Brown. Hibberd. Well, Seeley saw it coming from Hibberd. A spectacular stub. Don't think Les Sealey had any doubt at all that he was going to turn this over, but it was well struck by Trevor Hebbard. United 0, Luton Town 0 in this first leg. Here's Brian Steen for Luton. Harford. Brian Steen again. Beautifully done by Luton. Wonderful goal. Brian Steen showing again what a good technician he is and how well Harford combined with him. And that's Luton Town's educated style of football all over. Brian Steen turned, prodded it to Harford. Lovely layoff. Good return. Well collected. And beautifully struck. Well, at times that I've seen Luton play, and Brian Steen has come up with a fine goal. He really is an excellent finisher. Park, and we're able to hold on to it. I wonder if Luton can do so here. That's a good kick by Alan Judge, and Dean Saunders chasing in behind Mal Donaghy, and he goes down. Penalty. In the opening seconds of the second half, a penalty to Oxford United, and I wonder if they'll make better use of it than Everton did in the first match on Sunday. The player going through is Dean Saunders. He comes in behind Mal Donaghy. Was there a shove? Keith Hackett said yes, and Saunders himself has stepped forward to try to level the scores. He scored from a penalty against Les Sealey in the league match on Saturday. I wonder what that will do for the war of nerves between the two. He scores again! And Oxford United are level in the first minute of the second half. And Saunders keeps up his record of scoring in every round of the Littlewoods Cup this season. And he never looked like doing anything else than burying that penalty right in the corner. Oh, for Oxford. Mark Steen with the cross. Harford. Here comes Danny Wilson for Luton. And the second half gets off to a sparkling opening. Rob Johnson. And it's Brian Steen again. Oh. And the unerring finish deserting him on that occasion. But Luton with a great opportunity of regaining the lead as Oxford's defence stumbled. It came off Hebbard at first. Johnson threaded the ball through. Another defender got a touch. Brian Steen did it all right, apart from side-footing the finish wide of the post. Phillips. Oh, Saunders a good turn again. Penalty again! Saunders brought down for the second time, and Luton go across, and they're very upset with this one. But Keith Hackett once again had absolutely no doubt at all as Saunders made his way through, and Donaghy, I rather think, is the offender for the second time. Certainly several other Luton players have protested, but Saunders will now take his second penalty of the match, his third against Les Sealey in a matter of days. This could be an unusual hat-trick, but more to the point, he could put Oxford United in front in this tie for the first time. No! Well, sometimes the goalkeepers win the battle of wits when there's two in a match. And it went the same side as before, and Sealey was waiting for it. Watch this. Same corner, and the keeper knew. And here comes Hill, and still, and Saunders. Oh, play on, Hill, wide. And Oxford with a chance to score, and for a split second, there was almost a shout for a third penalty.
Decision by referee. Smith is up in support. Good pace here from Perry Groves. He plays it back. In comes Hayes. And the shot is charged down. Hayes again. Pushed away that time by Southall. Southall pushing it out with extreme difficulty. Thomas on the shot. Sends Southall again. Up goes Smith again. Bracewell who got it away. O'Leary down for Adams. Onside, the flag stays down, it's Rocastle. It should be! Oh, a terrible miss! His Arsenal teammates turning away in disbelief. He's caught the trap for once. He's gone past Southall. The goal was empty. The ball goes wide. What an extraordinary miss by one of the most accomplished young players in the First Division right now, David Rocastle. Up goes Smith, finding Groves. Played inside for Richardson, who's got Hayes through the middle. That's going to be a penalty. Hayes brought down, and right on the stroke of half-time, Arsenal got a penalty. And Hayes, I think, is the man who's going to take them. Arsenal, incidentally, have missed their last three. There was discussion in the dressing room before the game, and we were told that Martin Hayes would be the man to take them, who was a successful penalty man last season. Can't argue with a penalty. And the referee just held back his whistle long enough to see whether the ball would go into the net or whether Hayes could find his feet and finish it off. Well, now, Everton missed one in the first leg. Trevor Stephen put it over the top. Here's Martin Hayes. He's done the same! Incredible! When are we going to see a penalty scored from? Well, the Everton fans are jubilant about that. They see a sort of rough justice about it in a way. Side-footed over the top. Thomas, or rather Rocastle. Hesitated for a moment there. And Van den Hauwe is down. Thomas is through. And Arsenal has scored. Michael Thomas, with Van den Hauwe down and injured after the clash with Rocastle, delights on the Highbury terraces. Thomas scores his 8th goal of the season, and there'll hardly be one more important. There was the clash between Van den Hauwe and Rocastle. Groves and Richardson it was who played it through, and Thomas at last getting it past Southall into the back of the net. A sweet sight for Arsenal fans. He's floating in there, they're all going in. Adams was in there. Chested down on the line, and Trevor Stephen. Well, they might get in there, and Clark who got in there, and it's Heath who's gone in and has put Everton back in this game. Arsenal caught absolutely cold there as Clark took possession. Showing good pace there, holding off O'Leary. The shot charged down by Lukic. Heath is there for the return, and this game is by no means over yet, as Arsenal concede their first goal in this Littlewoods Cup campaign this season. Heath's header makes it 1-1 on the night, 2-1 to Arsenal on aggregate. Rose is after it. And he's got Rocastle in support. A lovely ball played by Groves for Rocastle. And he's made sure this time. What a superb ball by Perry Groves, though. And that gives Arsenal their 2-goal cushion once more. It gave Southall no chance, but it gave Rocastle the chance to put behind in the memory of that terrible miss in the first half. Just in by the post, and Arsenal lead 2-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. And they've brought on a substitute. Paul Davis is on. One in the air, Perry Groves, finding Winterburn. Here's Rocastle, scorer of the second goal. Winterburn's onside. The flag has stayed down. And He hits it straight at the keeper. Oh, and a great shot there by Smith. That makes it absolutely safe for Arsenal. Smith's second goal in consecutive games. And against Manchester United on Saturday, as his confidence came back. And after Winterburn had smacked Watson with that one there, it falls so invitingly for Alan Smith beyond Southall and Arsenal's third.
Breaker. Rob Johnson, Harford. Wilson, who's playing on the left of midfield. We've got Darren McDonough on the end of this. Harford!
Well, they nearly did oblige then, didn't they? And as we mentioned, it was a long cross right beyond everyone there, which was headed back by McDonough, and really a very acrobatic volley, which wasn't at all far past the angle.
Foster, up the line by Les Phillips. McDonough, Saunders, and as I was saying, can curl them with that left foot, and Foster got good contact. Goalkeeper wouldn't have got there, but Les Phillips did. Oh, Caton made an error of judgment there. This is Rob Johnson. Steen coming in. Oh, brilliant goal! Brian Steen. Tommy Caton will be disappointed because initially he misjudged the ball and allowed Rob Johnson to pick up the flick from Harford, and Brian Steen came in with the perfect header. Brian, who scored in the first leg to put Luton ahead at the Manor Ground, does the same at Kenilworth Road after 32 minutes, and Luton Town have struck first. With the left foot, it was. Oh, it's in! What a lovely shot from Ashley Grimes. An absolute beauty with one of the most cultured left feet in the game. Curled it right away from the keeper into the corner. A beautiful goal. And Ashley, who was injured and might have missed today's game, will be thrilled to bits with that. Super pass to Brian Steen. Now Mark Steen. And Danny Wilson. And it's going to come to Harford. Good save by Judge. And I think the flag may be up for an offside, because when the goalkeeper's that far out, you need two other defenders, and a Luton player straight behind Judge. But Nick Harford, that was a terrific move, really. The three passes which preceded that were super put together, and Harford's shot there saved by Judge. Harford, Steen again, his brother's in the middle. Briggs away, only to Wilson. Good save by Judge.